Oh, I didn't see you there. What is up, people? I'm here, 2 weeks after my humongous, gigantic. I don't have a thesaurus, so I don't know any other words that go with that. But if you missed it, 2 weeks ago, I had a big update. Almost 30 minutes of what I got throughout November because, I was slacking and didn't make any videos. So over the past that month, I collected, and my past video I showed off what I got from Black Friday and before. This week, well, now it's been 2 weeks since that, so I did collect a couple movies. So I thought I'd you know save you guys the trouble, and instead of watching a 30-minute video, I thought I'd do it every 2 weeks and trim it down to maybe half that. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys what I got these past 2 weeks. First of all, this movie I got Monday. I got it through that Disney movie rewards where, every Disney movie, you use the code, you get points. This was really the only thing that I didn't have. I don't know if it just doesn't update itself or whatever, but most of the stuff I already have. This one I didn't, so I thought I'd get it for the. I have a good amount of points, so I got it for free, and that's the game plan with The Rock and what's her name, Madison Pettis. It's a Blu Ray DVD combo pack. Pretty much, if you haven't seen it, he's semi professional or professional football player. Joe Kingsman, he's a quarterback. And one day, this little girl shows up on his doorstep and pretty much says, I'm your daughter. I guess she finds out somehow that, um, you know, she is his daughter, and she finds him, and it's a bad time because he's like a single. Well, he didn't know he had a daughter, but pretty much, he's living the single life. He's making all this money. He's a quarterback. He's living the lavish life, and then he finds out he has a daughter. I mean, it's a cute movie. I don't mind it. Like I said, that's why I got it. I didn't have it. I had it on DVD, and then I lost it. I don't know where it went. So I thought I'd pick it up. It comes with the Blu ray and DVD combo. So this I got Monday. These next few, excuse me, I'm a little sick. These next few came out, well, three of them came out last week, and the other one I picked up last week. I don't know when it came out, but I picked it up. Uh, I guess I'll go for that one first. This one, I picked it up because it was $13. I don't know if it was just like a holdover from Black Friday because I remember it was on sale for that. But I found it at Best Buy for $12. I remember not really watching the show too much when I was younger, but the more I watch it now, I guess I relate to it more. Being out of high school, uh, this one right here, it's Daria, the complete series. Like I said, I remember seeing episodes when I was younger, but it was just, I guess I didn't, you know, care for it as much. I don't know why I would care for it more now, but I kind of relate to it after being in high school and just thinking differently than I was. I guess I did in high school. Kind of makes more sense now. But this thing here comes with all 5 seasons, and it comes with 2 movies. I had no idea they had movies, but it comes with 2 movies. Is it fall yet? And is it college yet? And it comes with a whole bunch of different features, music videos, and behind the scenes stuff, and uh, just a whole bunch of different stuff. Daria Day intros, top 10 countdowns, never before seen. What is this? Never before seen Mystic Spiral spin-off script. No idea where that is. But for $12 or 13, it was $12.99. Around $13, I thought I'd just pick it up to reminisce. I'm always the kind of person that loves. Uh, I guess you would call it a nostalgic person. So when I find stuff from my childhood, if I find it cheap enough, I'm getting it. So this brings me back to many, many years ago. So Daria, This one came out last week. Stars Jeff Bridges, Meryl Streep, um, and that was the only one. Well, Katie Holmes, Taylor Swift is in this, and Breton. I can't even pronounce his last name, but the guy was pretty good. And that's The Giver. Pretty much this movie, from the gist of it, I don't know if it's about a book or not, but pretty much it's taking place in the future, and the leaders now, it's not just one, and pretty much it's like a whole group of people. They end up, giving everybody in the world these doses of stuff that keep them. Kind of reminds me of like a Pleasantville, where everything goes the way it's like supposed to, as they want to. There's no evil. There's a curfew. There's all this. There's all that. But Jeff Bridges' character kind of is stopped taking his meds, I guess you want to call it, and is teaching this young kid um, what life used to be. I mean, I gotta watch it again. That's a gist I got from it. I could be totally wrong. Like I said, I watched it last week, but it wasn't that bad. It was different. I wasn't expecting too much from it, so I guess it kind of exceeded my expectations. I'd say give it a chance. Like I said, I don't know. Uh, I guess it is. Right when I said it's based on a best-selling novel by Lewis Lowry, so give it a chance. This one came out last week, and this one kind of reminds me of a Blair Witch Project Underground. Um, it has its weird parts, it has its jumpy parts, it has a little bit of everything, but I don't know, it just wasn't. Nowadays, horror movies, they just don't get me like they used to. I mean, I love cheesy horror films back in the 80s and stuff, but nowadays they just it seems like the same horror movie refurbished over and over and over again. It's a group of people. Well, let me first tell you what it is. But this one here is As Above, So Below. Pretty much is a group of people that end up going into the catacombs of Paris. They go, into the caves, into the stuff, and they take a turn that they're not supposed to, and strange things starts happening. Like people start seeing, you know, people from the past that few people died, a few people didn't, and they just start seeing things and whatever, and pretty much it's just them. It seems like they're going nuts, but the way they have it, it's pretty much back and forth from actual just like video camera taping to regular taping. That's why I said it kind of reminds me of like a Blair Witch Project style underground in the catacombs of Paris. It's all right. It's nothing crazy, but it's entertaining. This one, on the other hand, I enjoyed thoroughly. I enjoyed the first one of it, and I couldn't wait for this one to come out. I I'm not a big movie watcher going to the movies, so it's one of those deals where I just get excited even more because I had to wait that much longer. But I enjoyed the first one a whole bunch, and this one I think overtook it. Some people disagree with me, but I think it this one is better than the first one, and that's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This one takes place, I think it's 10 or 12 years after the first one, and what happened was, if you didn't see the first one, a little spoiler alert. Towards the end of the movie, the one guy got sick because of the serum, and he was getting sick towards the end of the movie. Well, this is 12 years later, and you find out that this thing is a whole blown epidemic. Whatever serum they were using on the apes doesn't really go well with humans. So 12 years later, a whole bunch of people got wiped out. And pretty much, there's not many people. In the beginning of this movie, you see that the apes that escaped from the last one built their own little colony. Uh, you see it's a whole bunch more. They have families now and whatever. And at one point, you hear, the apes start talking. You find out that there is this colony of people, the survivors, I guess, that were immune to this disease, and they're running out of stuff quick, running out of supplies, and what they have to do is go to the mountains to turn on the electricity to, try to survive. And when they go up to the mountains, they run into these apes, and pretty much Caesar, the main guy, he's like, listen, you came up here once, don't come back again. And like I said, they start talking. That's why I think I like this a whole bunch, is because the way they have them talk, it's not like full out speaking like this, but it's getting there. Uh, but all of a sudden, these guys go back up there, and they kind of make a peace treaty, and the guys down there start training with these guns, and a few apes notice it. So then it becomes a whole war kind of deal. I think this, I don't want to give the whole premise away, but I think this one is really cool. Like I said, I think it's better than the first one. Some people definitely disagreed with me, but Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, if you have time, if you're looking for something to watch, definitely check this one out. These next three, my last three at least, came out this week, came out this Tuesday. This first one, I enjoyed the first one. It was cute. It was a little, inspirational story. This one, I picked it up just because I'm a completist and I wanted to get it. But this is Dolphin Tale 2. Pretty much it takes after the first one, and you see them, enhancing. If you didn't see the first one, it's about a dolphin who gets its tail cut off because it got caught in a net, and they were rehabilitating it and made a fake fin. Well, this one takes place after that, and she's still, um, learning and whatever. They're enhancing this thing, and you find out that the same people at this um, rehabilitation place, one of the older dolphins dies, so this what is it, Snowflake, I think it is, or Winter. That's what it is, Winter. The dolphin, isn't acting the way she normally would, and what kept her there was, the people coming to see her. She was one of the main attractions, and she starts acting different and not doing what normally happens, and lo and behold, they bring in another little rescue dolphin. Very cute little thing. But again, it's pretty much another inspirational story. I don't want to give the whole thing away because it's not really that huge of a plot. But Dolphin Tale 2, the one girl, what is it, Bethany Hamilton, I think, the one girl from the story of Soul Surfer, where the girl gets her arm bit off by the shark. She's in it, and it's pretty much the same cast as the last one. Morgan Freeman, Harry Connick Jr., Ashley Judd, and then the two kids. It's pretty much the same thing, but another cute one. It's just along the same lines. I liked it. This one was pretty cool. It's inspired by a true story. It's about the, De La Salle football team in California who had the longest streak of 151 games won. And then all this stuff starts happening. And, well, first of all, it's when the game stands tall. Pretty much the whole story is about this football team. And, they had a 151 game winning streak. That's what it starts off. They win the state champions again. And during the off season, the coach, he ends up getting a heart attack. And then a bunch of these people, the main stars, are now graduated. So this next generation or the next group have to step up their game because they might not be as good as the others. So things start happening. Like I said, the coach gets a heart attack. One of the players that graduated ends up getting killed. Not that I'm giving a spoiler away because in the trailer it says it anyway. But pretty much it's just them having to overcome this. They end up losing their first game. Like I said, they had a 151 game winning streak and then they lose. This all happens within the first 20 minutes, so I'm not giving too much away. But it's definitely another one of those inspirational stories. They have to come together and, pick themselves back up after tragedy. So I'd say definitely watch this. It reminds me of a what is it? I can't even think of the name. Like Remember the Titans movie. One of those, feel good stories where you kind of rally around and uh, you know good things happen when the game stands tall. And this one was probably my favorite out of all my pickups. Besides Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was really good. This one is a little bit on a different spectrum, but I still liked it. I was never a really big Marvel fan, so if you guys guessed it, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. I was never a big, comic book guy growing up, but these new movies, the Marvel, Thor, the Avengers, Captain America, stuff like that, is kind of bringing me into this whole new Marvel world. I mean, I watched the X-Men series here and there, but I wasn't really huge into it. But this, I had no idea that these people even existed. And then when I saw it, I saw an episode or looked it up. It's been around for a while. No idea about these guys. Pretty much they're a band of, I guess you want to call it outlaws that come together in jail. And they find out that there's this one main bad guy. He has, plans to destroy this planet. And he's looking for this little ball that supposedly has something in it. And they're trying to stop him. I don't want to give the whole thing away because this one I like a whole lot. But like I said, they meet. They're pretty much all outlaws kind of deal. They meet in jail and they break out. And it's pretty much them trying to save the earth with people on their back and people after them and everything. You got Chris Pratt in it. Zoe Salanda. Hopefully I said that right, but she's the girl from Avatar. She's in a few different movies. Dave Bautista is in it as one of the characters. Dave Bautista from WWE. Vin Diesel plays this one big Root guy, or Groot, his name is. And then you got Bradley Cooper playing this little, which I think is probably the coolest character in the whole thing, the little raccoon rocket. But, like I said, I was never a huge Marvel fan to begin with, but these movies are bringing me into this whole universe kind of deal. I know there's certain movies that people who are diehards really didn't like it all, but this movie here, I've heard it from many people who, read the comics or are huge into it, and they all think that this one holds up. This one's really good, so definitely check it out. So right there is my 2 week little update. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's actually running a little bit longer than I thought, but hopefully you enjoyed the stuff. I'm going to try to do it every couple weeks, like I said, because I don't want to have gigantic ones. Plus, I don't want to hold you guys up because I know you love seeing my face. So, again, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, I'll have something up. Again, I think I said it in one of my other videos, but I did make a new Instagram. So for those on here that do have an Instagram, it's Tony's Movies. Pretty much I'm just going to go through my whole collection, take pictures of it. Probably maybe one, but well, I can't say one by one, but if it's a series, I'll put them together. But I'm going to go through, it's going to take a while, but I'm going to go through my whole collection, taking pictures and everything. So if you guys enjoy Instagram, definitely check that out. I do have a Facebook page. I know I haven't said this in a while. I used to, but I do have a Facebook fan page. I have a Facebook group page. I have, like I said, an Instagram. I got 2 Instagrams now, and I got a Twitter. So I'm going to put that information in the bottom of this video. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to make a second video, which I've been planning on making for a long time. But what I'm going to do is a top 5 Scarlet movies, or Scott, top 5 starlets that are, up and comers. So sit back, relax, wait a little bit of couple minutes. I'll be back. And while you're doing that, follow my pages. So I will see you in like 5 minutes. Peace.